A driver in Florida got back into her car while the pump was running, slid back out, reached for the nozzle, and a flash fire erupted. Static electricity from her seat ignited the gas vapors. She survived, but the car didn't. 97% of drivers do the exact same thing without thinking twice. Today, 13 fueling mistakes quietly destroying your engine and your wallet. Habit number 4 is the one from that story, and it's far more common than you think. Habit number 13, the tanker truck trap. You pull into a station and see a tanker unloading fuel. Keep driving. When thousands of gallons get dumped into underground tanks at high pressure, they stir up years of sediment, rust, and water sitting at the bottom. Pump during that window, and you're sending a debris cocktail straight through your fuel filter, forcing the pump to work overtime. Petroleum engineers warn that sediment levels can spike dramatically for several hours after delivery. If the tanker is there, the fuel is dirty. Come back tomorrow. Habit number 12, the shadow saboteur. Filling up with a random plastic container, old milk jug, soda bottle, seems harmless. It isn't. Standard plastics can dissolve on a microscopic level when exposed to gasoline solvents, leaching plasticizers and chemical residue that gum up fuel injectors over time. A $15 certified gas can is the only container that's engineered to resist breakdown. Everything else is a slow poison for your fuel system. Habit number 11, the octane myth. If your car requires 87, putting in 93 is burning money for zero performance gain, but the reverse is genuinely dangerous. Use 87 when the manual calls for 91, and the engine computer detects knock, retards timing, and drops fuel economy by 10%, while adding thermal stress to the catalytic converter. Follow the manual, not the pump marketing. The correct octane isn't a suggestion, it's a spec. Habit number 10, the additive overdose. You buy an injector cleaner and pour it into a near-empty tank before filling up. That concentration is way too high. Additives are formulated to dilute across 15 to 20 gallons. Dump them into a tank with 2 gallons and you risk degrading rubber seals in the fuel pump and stripping the lubrication the system depends on. Always add cleaner after you've filled it at least halfway, or follow the bottle ratio exactly. Habit number 9, the garage find. That gas can sitting in your shed since last summer? It's not fuel anymore. Modern ethanol blends start degrading in 30 to 60 days. The lighter compounds evaporate first, leaving behind a thick, gummy varnish that coats everything it touches. Pour that into a direct injection engine, and you're layering intake valves in what's essentially liquid glue, the exact kind of carbon buildup that costs hundreds to clean professionally. If it's been sitting longer than 3 months without stabilizer, dispose of it properly. It's hazardous waste, not usable fuel. Habit number 8, the idle danger. I'll admit, I used to leave my engine running at the pump when it was blazing hot outside. Don't do what I did. Your EVAP system runs constant self-diagnostics. Open the gas cap while the engine is idling and the computer reads a massive pressure leak, potentially triggering a check engine light that costs $100 just to clear. Worse, with ignition coils firing and exhaust running hot, one small vapor gust near a spill turns the situation dangerous fast. Turn it off. The cabin stays cool for 3 minutes. Habit number 7, the E-light gamble. Your fuel pump is an electric motor submerged in gasoline. It uses the fuel itself as coolant. Routinely running the tank to fumes exposes the pump to air and heat, cutting its lifespan dramatically. Replacement runs $600 to $1,200. Most mechanics follow the quarter tank rule. Once you hit a quarter, treat it as empty. Cheapest habit that protects one of the most expensive components in your fuel system. Habit number 6, the mud ring. Open your fuel door right now and look at it. If there's road, salt, mud, or dust caked around the cap, Every fill-up is dropping debris into the filler neck. Your fuel injectors operate at tolerances smaller than a human hair. Even a few grains of sand that bypass the filter can erode an injector tip and causes misfires. A 5-second wipe with a rag before you twist the cap can save you an $800 injector replacement. 5 seconds, that's it. Habit number 5, the lonely pump paradox. That cheap low-traffic station on the outskirts of town might be saving you 5 cents a gallon and costing you thousands in fuel system damage. Gasoline degrades from the moment it leaves the refinery. High-volume stations like Costco or busy brand locations cycle their inventory every few days. Low-traffic pumps might be holding fuel that's weeks or months old, potentially developing microbial contamination at the bottom of the tank. If the station looks abandoned, the fuel quality probably matches. Save 5 cents a gallon now, pay $500 in fuel system repairs later. That's not savings, that's a trap. Habit number 4, the static trap. This is the 97% mistake from the title, and it's the reason I made this video. You start the pump, get back in the car to check your phone or stay warm, then slide out to grab the nozzle. In those few seconds, sliding across fabric seats turns your body into a static capacitor holding thousands of volts. When you reach for that metal nozzle near an open filler neck, where gas vapors are most concentrated, you can trigger a spark. This is exactly how pump flash fires start. It happens far more often than news reports suggest, and most people have no idea they're creating the conditions every single fill-up. If you must get back in your car, always touch the metal body away from the tank before reaching for the nozzle. Ground yourself first, every single time. Habit number 3, the gas can grave. Never fill a portable gas can while it's sitting in a truck bed with a plastic liner or on a carpeted trunk floor. Plastic liners insulate the container from the ground, preventing static discharge. As fuel flows in, charge builds on the plastic until a spark jumps to the nozzle. Always place the container directly on concrete or asphalt before filling. Ground contact is the only thing standing between a routine fill and a fire. This one isn't about your engine, it's about your safety. Habit number 2, the tightness test. A half-hearted twist on the gas cap is the #1 cause of evaporative emission codes. The computer reads the pressure drop as a fuel system leak and may trigger limp mode or wreck your fuel economy trying to compensate. Modern caps are designed to click 3 times for a proper vacuum seal. Don't just twist it, lock it until you hear all 3 clicks. Habit number 1, the click addiction. The pump clicks. You squeeze 3 more times to round up to the nearest dollar. We've all done it. I did it for years before I understood what it actually costs. That extra 20 cents just sentenced your charcoal canister to death. Your EVAP system is designed to handle fuel vapors, not liquid gasoline. When you overfill, raw fuel floods the vent lines and saturates the charcoal filter. Once it's soaked, it's destroyed, and the manufacturer won't cover it because overfilling is classified as driver error. Replacement costs $400 to $1,200 depending on the vehicle. When it clicks, quit. No exceptions. That rounding up habit is one of the most expensive impulses in car ownership. 13 habits. Most of them take 5 seconds to fix, but the damage they cause when ignored runs into the thousands. Drop a comment. Which of these were you guilty of? Be honest. I already admitted mine. The best conversations happen when people share what they've actually learned the hard way. Subscribe for more. We've got a full lineup coming that covers everything from maintenance secrets to the smartest buys on the market. If you care about your car and your wallet, this channel was built for you.